This is David C. Jones, and I'm at the tents. I'm not tents though. I'm at Bard on the Beach, and tonight seeing Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, Midsummer Night's Dream is a show that I know very, very well because I did it years ago at Carousel Theatre. And if you don't know the story, it's got three main plot lines. You got your young lovers who are told to get away from each other and don't be in love. You have your fairy kingdom where the king of the fairies and the queen of the fairies are having a disagreement, and Puckish Puck gets involved. And you also have the mechanicals, some very, very funny men who are going to do a presentation at nuptials. And Scott Bellis is the director of this one, and he often does really cool interpretations of shows, steampunk versions and stuff, so I don't know what the presentation for this one's going to be. It's a very well-known play. It's done a lot, so the audience could probably recite along with the lines on this one. So that's one of the challenges always with doing it, is how to do it so that it's interesting for people to watch. And look, they have a program. I'm so happy. Okay, we'll see you after.
Shadows have offended. Think but this, and always mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream.
So now we are after, and that was completely magical. Wasn't that completely magical?
It was fantastic. It was amazing. You have to go see it.
It was completely magical. So yeah, Scott did do an interpretation with it. Set in the 1920s during civil strife. Melissa Wee was wearing sort of a Pacific Islander. I'll have to read about it in the program because I didn't quite catch what she was. It looked like her. Would you say her makeup was Maori? It almost looked like Maori,
yeah,
right? With that, yeah. So I'll have to read about that. There was so much clever performances. I think that's one of the things you really need for this show because of the fact that we know it so well. And what's her name? Carly Street, who played Bottom, was hysterical.
I love her.
I mean, I don't want to say she's like Melissa McCarthy because she's totally unique, but she has that same kind of manic, totally manic energy, and she just stole the show. She has a way of using every single damn word and doing something different with it. Also, I really like Billy Matransky as. They did something interesting, actually. They did something interesting because sometimes Oberon and Titania. Oberon, and Titania are played by the same people who play the king and the queen at the beginning, and they didn't do that. They made that they were totally different. So that was kind of neat. And they introduced goblin characters too. There were goblins in this show, and there's not traditionally goblins in this show. So yeah, the dancing was so beautiful. There was they just made this very magical. And very funny, everyone had laugh out loud moments, and yeah, it's really, really good. I really recommend that you go see Midsummer Night's Dream at Bard on the Beach. It's delightfully different from any other version you've ever seen.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I agree.
Agreed. And I've seen it a gazillion times too.
And you were in it too.
Loved it.
And you were in it too
Long
once.
time ago, David.
Yeah. So Midsummer Night's Dream at Bard on the Beach.